This the book of 2nd Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an ending, and the end is manifest, even so the times of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works or by faith or whereby he believe shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in the land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Ka Lord Yahweh Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Rule Web, and the greatest honor to the younger brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And Lord, wouldn't this be edifying? This another edition of Measure Thou the Time Diligently, man. And it's one of the, I think this volume 12, and it's a video from Jason A, or whatever his name is. Something weird is going on. So let's get into it. Lord, wouldn't it be edifying?
All right, well, did you feel the earth shake a bit today? Many thought that it was another earthquake along the Wasatch Front, even taking to social media to chat about it.
Earth's magnetic field protects us from things like solar radiation and charged particles from the sun, but it's gradually getting weaker, and scientists don't know why.
Now, I imagine you know where the North Pole is, or at least you think you know where the North Pole is. Did you know, in fact, it has been moving and changed direction since the turn of the century? Well, I am, of course, talking about the magnetic north, not the geographic one, but that magnetic north does
And if I can add to say it's getting weaker, it's keeping them from radiation and stuff from the sun or something like that. Hey, because the Lord finna keeping us from radiation or something she was saying and stuff from the, hey, the Lord finna bring fire upon this earth, man. This fire that's finna come upon this earth is gonna be on a whole nother level, man. You know, this ain't gonna be like something you've seen before. This gonna be on some next level shit with the missiles, man, and the chariot beams from the chariot, man. You know, the Lord is finna tear America up, man. This finna be the greatest, most devastating destruction in the history of the world, man. You know.
Our GPS systems, compasses.
Most compasses use Earth's magnetic field to tell us which way is north. The problem is the North Magnetic Pole has always had a hard time staying in one place. In fact, it was moving at the rate of 10 to 15 kilometers per year from the Canadian Arctic towards Siberia. Then in the 1990s, it started going 4 times as fast.
I find it spectacular that, you know, the speed increased that much in such a short period of time.
Well, here's something that you don't see every day. Last Tuesday, the giantess geyser in Yellowstone Park roared back to life after a period of more than 6.5 years without erupting. The giantess geyser is located in the upper geyser basin of Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone National Park is growing a new thermal area. MTN's John Shearer dropped by the park before it closed for the fall to check out this new hotspot that's way off the trail.
This is a new thermal area that's really still developing.
What you see here is an area where trees and other plants have been killed by high temperatures and caustic chemicals boiling up from underground. That's exactly what's happening in a new thermal area near Turn Lake.
You could see places where the trees had fallen and the underside of the tree that's facing the ground was sort of scorched.
Poland, Hungerford, and a few others flew near the new site by helicopter in August, then hiked in the final few miles.
It was it was pretty. I felt an excitement, but also kind of a wonder that, here we are at this new place that has really not been described, at least by people on the ground.
That is science speak, which means they were the first people to ever walk right up and see this new feature.
You do have this sense of like, wow, this is new, and.
It say the Earth is pulsated every 26 seconds, and see my however you say that don't agree why.
Navigation has come a long way since the days of American aviator Charles Lindbergh.
Where am I? I could be anywhere from Iceland to the coast of Africa.
Runway 10.
But in this high-tech GPS-driven age, the compass remains an indispensable tool for pilots.
About what exactly it is, this magnetic North Pole, and there was a lot of articles this time last year alarming us that it was moving more rapidly and changing direction, but hasn't it always moved? It seems to have started to speed up perhaps, and then it changed from heading in the direction of Canada towards changing to Siberia. Now you have said that the movement is generated by the Earth's core, which is thousands of kilometers under our feet. But what impacts it? What do you see as the reason for this movement and switch in direction?
So yes, it has moved since about 1860. It's moved about 2,500 kilometers. But in fact, the thing that's been quite interesting is that since the 1990s, it's really sped up very much, as you alluded to.
And over time, airports have had to rename runways that were named for their magnetic heading.
They've all had to renumber the runways because it's changed that much.
The polar drift has even led to speculation that a weakening magnetic field might lead the north and south magnetic poles to flip spots.
It's certainly a very complicated one. The Earth as a planet, as an entire system, is a very complicated arrangement of many things.
Yeah, because it ain't for you devils to know, man. Who can know the ways of the Most High, man? Rough paraphrasing that scripture. It's scripture that says, I know it don't say that, but it say, who can know the mind of the Most High, something like that. So let's get another precept. This is Psalms chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. That's what's going on. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations are out of course. And that's what we witnessing, man. All the foundations of the earth are out of course, man. That's what's going on. That's why the magnetic field flipping. That go to show that all the foundations of the earth is out of course, man. They talking about the North Pole, magnetic field gonna switch with the South Pole. That's out of course, man. The
magnetic field itself.
Okay, fascinating stuff. Dr. Brown, thanks so much for joining us live and giving us your insight into that magnetic North Pole, opening worlds for those of us that don't follow all these movements. Dr. Brown, they're coming to us live.
Time right now, 6:55. A growing dent in Earth's magnetic field could impact satellites and spacecraft.
And the spot is called the South Atlantic Anomaly. So scientists are also monitoring how the South Atlantic Anomaly could affect our own atmosphere. At least for now, NASA says it won't affect us here on Earth. Now this.
The waters around the Antarctic Peninsula are not only home to unique marine animals, but also to their means of survival. They eat krill, a key species in the Southern Ocean's ecosystem. But all this is in danger of extinction.
The science has been showing that.
See, all this is all of that is in danger of extinction, man. This Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Yeah, going into 2/3 of our people and these heathens that's in this earth living like shit. The Lord word don't matter, man. And this what happens to creation when you rule it in wickedness, man. That's why this place had to be set up to show the rightful rulers of the earth what'll happen if you rule in wickedness, man. And how much of a part the Lord's word play in the earth, man. It say, the Lord Yahweh have a controversy with the land. So like, yeah, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. By swearing, lying, and killing, and stealing, they and committing adultery, they break out in blood toucheth blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of heaven. Yeah, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away, man. And that's what we witnessing, man. You know, they talking about shit going extinct. Cause you people don't know how to rule, man. You know? They go to show you that the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Everything go since these devils been ruling, there ain't no telling how many animals then went extinct, man. You know?
Antarctica is particularly delicate, but also very important for the whole world.
Why do you say that the Antarctica is so important for the rest of the world?
Yeah, cause hey, let's get another precept. The Lord say, destroy him that destroyed the earth, man. You know, roughly paraphrasing. I'm going to grab it, though. Revelation 11 and 18, it reads, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, the Israelites, the elect of Israel, and to the saints, the elect of Israel, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, the elect of Israel, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. You damn Edomites and you other nations, man. You know, you are the ones destroying the earth, man. Ultimately, you Edomites, you know.
This current called the Humboldt current is actually a current that comes from the Antarctica, and it brings all this cold, rich water on microorganisms, but also very rich in oxygen because it's cold. So the current also creates a huge amount of life for a much bigger area than just Antarctica. The only way to actually have more fish even in the future, or to have life in this planet, is actually to protect some of those places that are key for the balance.
And we know that, hey, the scripture tell us in Ecclesiastes that the earth abideth forever, man. You know, and the Lord say, let's get another precept. Let's go to show you that this thing is almost over, man. You know, hey, they talking about these things got to be preserved, but it ain't gonna be no more life in the planet and all that, cause they know they destroying the damn earth, man. They ain't gonna tell you that. That's why they, you know, try to preserve certain things, cause they know they destroying shit, man. But guess what the Lord say? You ain't gonna pull it off, baby boy. This Matthew chapter 24 and verse 21 of 22. It's saying, except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And that's why shit speeding up on these devils, man. You know, global water, what's so to call global warming, all these different things, animal extinct, everything speeding up because the Lord is finna get us the hell up out of here, man. You know, because if the Lord don't speed things up, ain't nothing gonna be here to save, man.
Of this planet.
For the third year in a row, Chile and Argentina are jointly asking the annual meeting of the Commission to declare parts of the peninsula off limits to commercial fishing. The Southern Ocean's unique environment supports species that can't be found.
And here it is, you can commercial fish and catch tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of fish, but make somebody who just got a fishing pole or a cast net pay a damn for a fishing license, man. And you goddamn got limits on what you can catch. You catch too much of this or catch the wrong size of this, you gonna get a hell of a fine, man. But these motherfuckers can go out and catch just trillions of damn fish, commercial fishing. You know? You hear anything with commercial rapper, commercial, any goddamn thing. Anything commercial athlete, all that's some wicked shit, man. You hear commercial behind it, man.
anywhere else on the planet.
More than 19 million people in the Philippines are being affected by the typhoon. It first made landfall over the island province of Catanduanes at 5 a.m. local time on Sunday, before making its way to Albay and Camarines.
And what is a typhoon? A hurricane, man. Basically a tempest, man. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire, man.
Were provinces that have likely sustained extensive damage. Many areas remain cut off. Power and communication lines are down, and some roads are blocked by debris. Goni comes a week after Typhoon Molave hit the same region. But the devastation it left behind is beyond comprehension. Even for a region often battered by natural disasters, the devastation here is clearly unprecedented. Typhoon Goni was the most powerful storm to hit this year. It made landfall in the Bicol region early on Sunday morning.
In Indonesia's southernmost province, farmers are struggling through a water crisis. The peak of the dry season was supposed to end in August, but months later, little has changed.
It scared me. When I was in the car, I jumped. It scared me. So my initial reaction,
and they're going to that famine, man, you know. Hey, it's gonna be famine and pestilence. It's gonna be famine and pestilence. You know, all these are the beginning of sorrow going into that drought, man. You know, over there in Indonesia, man. And you know, loud explosion sound shakes house. And going back into that precept I just got, it say, and thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and earthquake and great noise, man. You know, so that could be the great noise, man. You know. And ultimately the missiles, that's gonna be that great noise. Boom, boom, boom. That's gonna be that great noise. But I'm just saying, you know. Lord say He gonna visit this place with strange calamities, man.
like an explosion.
A strange phenomenon in Euclid, as police say they have received half a dozen calls since Saturday about explosive sounds that are shaking homes.
Hoping to get to the bottom of it, they're asking people who live there to report any booms immediately.
News 5's Emily Hamilton talked to residents who say this started long before this weekend.
One woman told me she's been hearing these explosive sounds for 6 weeks, and they often wake her up in the middle of the night. Carol Tamburo says it's been weeks of sleepless nights.
I've heard them during the day occasionally, but mostly at night.
Tamburo says no concrete explanation for the explosive noises is causing major confusion for her and neighbors.
It's the talk of the town, anywhere from earthquakes to constructions.
This unexplainable is peculiar. Me, my wife, and my neighbors, we all want to know what's going on. It scared me. When I was in the car, I jumped. It scared me. So my initial reaction, it was like an explosion. My neighbor across the street and my neighbors on the left of me and right of me, they all came out and they experienced the same boom.
George Wilson has lived in his Euclid neighborhood for 22 years and says while he's not particularly concerned for his family's safety, he would like an explanation.
It's weird, and I've never experienced that, and I've been in this neighborhood since 1998.
We keep saying the earth pulsating. The earth pulse every 26 seconds, and no one exactly knows why. Let's get another precept. This Romans chapter 8 and verse 22, it say, for we know that the whole creation groaneth in travail with pain together until now. You know, so the earth is groaning, man. You know, that's why it's pulsing.
Okay. Hey, over the last 200 years, the European Space Agency reports that Earth's magnetic field has weakened by 9%. But there's an area where the problem is severe. It's called the South Atlantic Anomaly. What can you tell us about that? And what are the effects of this?
So the region in question is from the northern portion of South America, stretching across the Atlantic into Africa. And the main problem is that the magnetic field of our planet is relatively weak there because the center of the magnetic field is set away from that region. But if the magnetic field weakens continuously, in fact, if the magnetic field turned off, that would really be bad news. As long as we have any measure of magnetic field, even a weakened field, it protects us in large measure from these dangers from space. It's if the magnetic field turns off that you and I really have a problem.
Dr. Delaney, this sounds like a plot line from Marvel.
Oh, I wish I could make it up.
So troubling that scientists don't know why this is happening.
They say if the magnetic field cut off, then they got you got a problem regardless, you damn devils. Ain't 2/3 out. You got a problem. Why? Because you done transgressed the laws of the Heavenly Father. You got a price to pay if the magnetic field don't turn off. You got a motherfucking situation on your hands, man. How you gonna get out of it? I don't know, man. You figure it out, man. Ain't no getting out of it. I just figured it out for you.
The new thermal area is so deep in the backcountry, it took satellites to spot the telltale signs.
The heat and carbon dioxide.
But it emerged slowly, showing up in aerial and satellite photos over about 15 years.
This is a new thermal area that's really still developing.
All these are the beginning of sorrows. That's what it should say. Say beginning of birth pain.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe.
For we know that the whole creation groan and travail and pain together until now. And that's the point, man. But this Ecclesiasticus chapter 36 and verse 1. Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power, as thou hast sanctified in as thou hast if as thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no power but only thou, O Yahweh, power. Shew new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Rise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Sake the time short. Remember the covenant and let them declare thy wondrous works. Let him that escape be consumed by the rage of fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say there is none other but we. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them as from the beginning. So that's pretty much the point. I want to end with the Shema. Shema, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Kut. Shema, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Kut. Shema, Yashala, Yahweh, Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Kut. And with that, I want to end giving infinite honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Rule well, been a great example to the young brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopefully lit. Lord, when this edifying, to the next time we'll say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, and the Baba Shalom.